welcome to Community Forum. I'm your guest host, Heather Mock, and tonight we'll be talking to participants of the Good Friend Mentoring Program. We have volunteer Art Gilbert, little Denarius Johns, volunteer John Buonanno, and little Nicole Raymont. So we're just going to be talking about your experiences and how you feel about the program. So Art, I know you've been a volunteer for a while now. How
Yes.
long has that been?
Well, actually, I started with the Good Friend program in 2001,
Wow.
but not as a mentor. I did some volunteer work with the computers at the office, and then I got involved with the A-Team, which was planning, and then I got involved with some tutoring of a young man who eventually I came to mentor.
Okay. So I know that you were involved with the program, but what pushed you to want to mentor?
Well, it just seemed like it would be fun to help another child and to befriend him and to do things with him. I have two children, they're much older now, so haven't had a young child around for a while.
So that must be nice.
Yeah.
And John, what made you start thinking about wanting to mentor?
I actually had a mentor that I was working with in church, and I always wanted to be a mentor in high school and going to college, and I just never made the time to go ahead and do it. So kind of felt like it was the right time for me to get involved.
Great. And you're a relatively new mentor, and you went through the enrollment process, and you've just been accepted. How was the enrollment process?
It was pretty easier, a lot easier than I thought. You guys did a good job as far as the staff and everything of explaining the process and what we should be looking forward to and what to expect and stuff like that. So. It was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be.
Was there anything that concerned you or made you feel uneasy?
Well, it was totally new, so a little bit uneasy like the first couple of times, like meeting some of the people and getting familiar with what was going to be expected of us, and kind of didn't know too much, but I feel like the more the process went on, the more comfortable I got.
Great. And I know the process for you was a couple years ago, but how did you feel about the enrollment process?
It was very simple. It was just very simple. There was no problem at all.
Now, Denarius, you're on the waiting list. Why do you want a mentor?
I want to mentor because I have a lot of free time, and I would like to spend it with somebody active and fun, basically.
And Nicole, you've been matched for a couple months now. What initially made you want to mentor?
Well, like he said, I have a lot of free time, and where I live, there's not a lot of kids where I live, so it's kind of fun when I got a mentor and we started to hang out and stuff.
What kind of things do you do with your mentor?
We do a lot of stuff. We go a lot of places. Like this weekend, we're going to her house, and we're gonna have like pajama day.
That sounds like a lot of fun. What would you like to do with your mentor? What are some of your interests?
Basketball. It's my favorite sport. I like to play basketball a lot. Golf. That's active sports. It's good.
Okay. Now, Art, how was the beginning of your relationship?
Well, as I said, I started out first helping my little with reading. And then actually I was concerned at that time about how much time, whether I could spend the time investment that I felt it would take. So I started out in the Summer Buddy program, where we got together once a month during the summer, and then we went into meeting once a week. So it was, it was just, that's how it progressed. And so I kind of got to know my little through that process. It was a gradual process, and it was very simple.
Yeah. And what's your relationship like now?
Well, it's evolved. My little is 14 now. Little, I don't call him little. My friend is 14 now. He just entered high school, so he's somewhat of a typical teenager. Doesn't talk a great deal about things. And it's just evolved into a comfortable relationship. We see each other every week regularly, and we just do different things.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's working out very well.
Yeah, what types of things do you do together?
Well, during the good weather, we like to go bike riding. I have a pool table at home, so sometimes we play pool, go to movies, sometimes just hang out. Just whatever suits us at the time.
And John, as a new mentor, what do you feel that you would like to do once you are matched?
I'd definitely like to do a lot of activities. Being a mentor kind of gives me an excuse to do a lot of things I want to do anyway. So, you know, basketball, sports, someone to take to football games, you know, that I can hang out with. And, you know, with my work, we do a lot of neat stuff with cars. So, you know, that's definitely something that we'll be involved with.
Nicole, how has having a mentor affected you?
It's kind of affected me a lot because I have a little cousin at home, and she used to say, and sometimes she wouldn't, like, every time she wanted to play with me, I usually wasn't home, and now that I have a mentor, she always wants to play with me now, but I really can't. So now I have a mentor, and it's kind of affected me a lot because now I have, like, someone to, like, a big person that's my friend.
That's nice. That's something that you can, you know, someone you can go to and talk to things about. Denarius, what would your ideal mentor be like?
My ideal mentor would be somebody that's athletic, fun, funny, just fun to be around.
And what do you think of Good Friend?
I think that Good Friend is a great program for people, well, children and grown-ups who have free time to give to one another, to spend time with each other. It's good.
John, what are some things you'd like to teach your little?
I think, you know, growing up and being really involved in sports, I've had a lot of good coaches and role models and mentors, and I think a lot of the things that kind of stuck with me, being around those people, were different things that I take into my life every day now. You know, perseverance, you know, thinking about other people, not being selfish. There's a lot of key things that I've learned, and, you know, would like to try to make a lasting effect on whoever I'm around.
And what are some things you've learned from your little, or how has it made an impact in your life?
Well, I think the first significant impact is being involved with someone who's less fortunate in their life than I am, and I've never been up close personal with that. It's different when you're involved with a family that's less fortunate, and then when you see it on television and things like that. So that's made a significant impact. And I think just spending time with a young person. Before I retired, I was always working, and so I probably didn't spend as much time with my own children as I would have liked. So it's another opportunity to spend time with a young person.
That's great. What has your most fun experience been while mentoring?
Most fun. I don't know, we've had a lot of fun, but well, I have the most fun when my little is having the most fun. So when we do things that he enjoys a great deal. Actually, this summer we did something the first time I took him go-karting.
Oh, wow.
And he really liked that. That was a lot of fun. One time we actually went down to Greenwich and looked at the expensive car dealers.
Oh.
So we try to do, try to find things to do that are that he'll enjoy, and that's fun for me.
So would you say that you kind of give him a different look at life than what he normally gets?
I think so, but I think it's more important. We spend a lot of time at my house hanging out, and I think that's important too, that he get a sense of what our family is like, and what maybe, what we consider to be a normal day or evening at home.
Yeah, it's always nice for people to get a look at how other people live.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
their experiences. Nicole, so far, what has your favorite moment with your mentor been?
When we went to the Bethlehem Fair, and when we were at the Bethlehem Fair, we went on a lot of the rides that she usually doesn't go on.
Ooh.
And she never goes on the Tilt-A-Whirl, so me and her went on the Tilt-A-Whirl.
Oh, that's fun. So you're she's giving you new experiences and you're giving her new experiences. What do you hope to gain from this experience, John?
It's a good question. I think it's more about what I can give. I'm sure I'll gain a lot in the experience, and that would be great. But I just want to make sure that I'm more in the role of what I can do for the person I'm mentoring, and what I can get out of it.
What has your favorite activity been with Good Friend? And I know you've been to a lot, so.
My favorite activity was Six Flags.
Six Flags?
Yes. Got to ride a lot of great rides, scary rides. First time riding the scary rides.
And you went this past October?
Yes.
That's fun. Now, Art, for someone who is considering mentoring,
Yes.
Is on the edge, what would your advice be to them?
Well, my first concern, and I think many of the people I've talked to about possibly doing this, has been people tend to be afraid of how much time it takes. And I think that it's not, it is a commitment, but once you do it regularly, it's not really that much time. It's 2, 3, 4 hours a week, and that's about it. So I think the main thing to a potential mentor should consider is that the relationship is something that grows. It takes time, but in the end, it's very rewarding. So and in my case, like I said, I tried it through the Summer Buddy program, and I know that Good Friend is flexible about helping people ease into it.
They are.
And that's a really good idea. It's kind of a try it, you'll like it.
And John, I know, as I said, that you are new to the program, but what would your advice be to someone who's considering mentoring?
I think the biggest thing is the first step. I've talked to a lot of people that have always wanted to kind of do it, and a lot of people that it always seems like such a good idea, but the follow-through is, I think, the most difficult part that I had, because I've been considering it for years and years, but never took the initiative to go and find out how much it's really involved. And the other thing that was always kind of like is, well, how much pre-qualification is there, and all of that, and it's a lot simpler than I thought it ever would be.
So would you say that people should just, check it out, maybe go to a website and really, see what it takes to get involved?
Yeah, I think really if it's something that it doesn't go away in a couple months, that they should take the initiative and just take the first step and not commit themselves, but maybe find out more information, sit down with someone and see what it's going to take, and what it's all about.
And from being a child in the program and kind of having a different viewpoint, what would you say to someone who is considering mentoring?
Go for it. It's fun. The littles have a lot of fun. In the end, you have a lot of fun. It's just a good program. Good idea.
And Nicole, what would you say to someone?
That if you start, then you're kind of having like another, you're kind of having like another family member in your family, because they're pretty much just like your mom or your dad. They treat you just like the same.
So I think it's safe to say, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I mean, it's a relationship that becomes a friendship. So it's something that, you know, just like any other friend, you're going to be like, let's go hang out. Yeah. So if you could suggest some activities for Good Friend to have, and I'm putting this out there to each of you, what do you think are some activities?
Well, I'm sorry we missed the Six Flags thing. I would have liked that. I like that sort of thing. I like hiking kind of things. I don't like camping. I know we do that. There's some things, and I should point out that there are some things, some activities that I don't particularly enjoy, and so I don't do them. So it's not like you have to do everything. But I think that sort of thing. We've gone to Bluefish games, baseball games. That's always fun. We saw the Globetrotters one year. That was fun. I don't have any suggestions. I think you do real well.
Well, thank you. What about you, Denarius?
Golf.
Golf?
Yes. Bike riding, you know.
That's a good one.
Hiking. And that's basically it for me. Basketball, more basketball.
Well, yeah. And what about you, John?
I don't know. I don't know too much about some of the activities. I'm learning a lot of the Six Flags stuff and stuff like that now. But you know, I think that one of the cool things that me and my wife did was the corn maze, and they have some. You know, it was a pretty wild day. That'd be a good way to spend some time.
That would be. What about you, Nicole?
I've been to a lot of the activities over the 3 past months, and I've kind of liked all of them because they're a new experience to me, because I just started in August, and it's kind of fun. Some of the games that we do, like I want to go to the Best Buy movie night really badly, but I don't have any suggestions because they're all kind of good.
Yeah, there are a lot of fun activities. Denarius, how long have you been waiting for a mentor?
About a month now.
A month?
Yes.
And Nicole, what did you think, or how did you feel when you first found out you were going to get a mentor?
Well, I thought, because I was waiting, I had my interview in February, and in August they told me to come back, and I thought that they lost my application or something. And I thought that I had to get a new one or something, but they didn't. And then I found out that I got a new mentor, and I was like, whoa, that's awesome. So then I found out that I had a mentor, and then I started to have some more fun.
Well, that sounds like it was a really good experience. How was the beginning of the relationship for you?
It was kind of awkward because you really didn't know the person yet, and you were stepping into the room and like stepping into their house, and you don't know them really that much anymore yet. And then when it was kind of awkward, but now we're getting there.
And you said that you knew your little already.
Well, I met him through a reading program, tutoring kind of reading. So yeah.
Well, that's very good. What do you hope to gain from having a mentor?
A great relationship with my big person that I can call and ask for help if I need help on like homework or just like personal problem. Just a good source of information, good friend.
Oh yeah, that's the name of the program, so I guess that's appropriate. And so kids in this program are 7 to 14. How how would you and you, Nicole, feel that, you know, the age range works? Like, how do you feel that it's a good age range, or?
I think that it could be brought up a little bit more. You know, it's a good program. Lots of kids would enjoy it.
What age do you think it should be brought to?
I don't know.
31.
35. Be good, but I don't know, honestly.
The program 7 to 14 is just for entry into the program, because my little is 14 and we're not terminating the relationship.
So it's once you're matched, you're
you're matched.
matched.
Until
You're matched forever.
Yeah.
You're matched forever?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
That's a good way to think about it, because as you said, they do kind of become like family, so. What would the ideal age, John, of your mentor be?
I don't, you know, I think that, see how that goes. I don't really have a fixed age in my head. I definitely would like to try to get someone that I could go shoot around with and do something active. And I think that the best age would be an age where the staff thinks that we would get the most out of each other, best suited for each other.
Yeah, that is an ideal situation. Now, in order to be in this program as a little, you have to come from a home where you have little or no contact with one or both parents. As a volunteer, how do you feel that affects the child, like you coming in and you know, taking another adult role?
Well, at first, actually, I was a little concerned because I'm somewhat older than the typical mentor, so I didn't know whether that, whether my little friend would be able to relate to me. Other than, I didn't want him to relate to me as a parent, basically, because that's not the type of relationship I wanted or he would want. I forgot the question.
It was how do you feel that you've affected your little coming in and taking an adult role?
Well, I think very positively. I think he has, as I said, he has a male role model, someone who he can see how I behave and understand how I feel about responsibility and taking care of yourself and trying to do your best, and things that I aspire to that I can try to help him with. And his family has become considers me certainly part of their family. So it's just been a very comfortable relationship, really.
That's great.
Yeah.
And John, I know you haven't been matched yet, but how do you feel that, you know, coming into a child's life where they don't have one or both parents, how do you feel that you'd be able to have an effect?
I hope it's a pretty profound, positive, great experience that lasts for a long time. Like I said before, I've had some of those relationships with, you know, coaches and people like that that's just really helped me a lot down the road. And, you know, when you're in life and you kind of go back to some of those, you hear them in your head, you know, telling you, keep your chin up, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I hope it's something like that.
I think everybody has someone in their life like that, whether they go through a program like Good Friend, or, you know, they have a boss, or, you know, a neighbor who plays kind of that role of mentor. How do you, Denarius, feel that having someone in your life as another adult role model would make you feel?
Well, it makes me feel pretty good because I don't really get to see my father a lot, so, you know, having another male adult there to, like, spend time with me and stuff like that makes me feel good.
And how does it feel to have another adult role model in your life?
Well, the adult it's kind of like, because I only live with my mom, and then I have my grandfather and my grandmother, and she's kind of just like my mom, because her and my mom get along together really good, and me and her get along really good, and she's starting to meet pretty much my closest family. And I'm surprised that my grandfather even likes her, because my grandfather's really shy.
Aww. So your whole family gets along with your mentor? That's always a good situation. Now, do you feel, and this question goes out to all of you, that other kids feel the same way about having another adult influence? That they feel welcome it into their life?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think especially, as you said, children who aren't living in a home with one or both parents, an adult coming in who cares about them has got to be a really good thing.
Yeah.
So, can't be bad.
No, not at all. I mean, having the more people who care about you, the better.
Absolutely.
How I feel. And it makes an easier time for life and things like that. And just so everybody watching knows, if you have been watching this and are interested in finding out more about mentoring, you can visit Good Friends website at www.good-friend.org, or you can contact them by phone at 203-790-0032. We're just about to the end. Is there anything else that any of you would like to add about mentoring or the program or anything?
Well, try it.
Try
That's
it.
it. Just try it. Find out more.
Yeah, I think the best thing I could say to someone is, if you have that thought just a little bit in your head, that you shouldn't let it just put it to bed and kind of put that over in the corner and come up with all these reasons of why you can't do it. I think you should, really consider it, think about it, make a little effort. The way the program's set up is you can see if it fits you or not. So
Okay.
It's pretty flexible.
Great, thank you. Thank you to all my guests and to Good Friend, and have a great night. Bye.